You hear that? Noah lands wants something a bit meatier. Why did he pull it out? Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the Game Skates. Today, and only today, we are here to talk about Xenoblade Chronicles 3, available on Nintendo Switch today. I know I said that, but it's been out for a month. But yeah, we are here to talk about Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I've finally beaten it. It's been a month, and what a journey it's been. Now, just like I did for what's it called, Dragon Ball Superhero recently. First half of this review is going to be spoiler free. Second half is going to be full on spoilers. Like, I tell you everything and all that stuff. So without further ado, guys, let's get right into it. Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Now, it's funny, right? A lot of people associated me back then with Xenoblade 2, right? I remember, you know, obviously my love for Mithra, but in general, I also love Xenoblade 2. I love Rex, I love Pyra and Mithra, I love Nia, I love all you guys. But I just loved that game. You know, I feel like that game's story hit really well. The gameplay was so good, and you know what's funny? I've been, except for X because of the Wii U, I've followed the mainline Xenoblade games since the beginning. I legitimately had Xenoblade Chronicles 1 on the Wii when it released back then. I remember I had heard about it was like Project Moonfall or Project Moon or something to get it in the West. And I remember once it was at retail, I asked my uncle to get it for me. So I've been playing this series for a long time, and man, let me tell you, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 hit different. Now, here's what I'm gonna do for this first half, right? Because I don't want any spoiler talk, I'm just gonna show default trailer footage. Second half, I'm gonna show some in-game footage I got or want to show because I'm excited about it. But yeah, so let me tell you something, man. Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Oh, what a game, bro. What a emotional roller coaster. Let's say that. Like, what a game that really tests a lot about you. But man, it is a banger from start to finish. I loved Xenoblade 2. You know, Xenoblade 2 is one of my favorite games. I love, you know, in general, Xenoblade, the combat and everything. One of my biggest issues I had with 2 was how many times the game was sort of fighting back against me to progress forward. I remember shit like the stupid field skills I did not like. I did not like doing side quests at all in 2 because the navigation was so poor and stuff like that. Like, there was a lot of stuff I felt like I missed out in 2 because of, you know, poor quality of life stuff. But this game streamlined stuff so much better. Like, most of the quests, you know exactly where to go. There's even these whole hero quests, and those are fully voice acted, and those have full animations like this. Like, do not underestimate the hero quests in the game. Do them when you can, or if you find them, because they are definitely worth it to get more out of these characters and more out of this world. So I think, like, even just on a quality of life standpoint and everything, the game is just much better than 2 in that standpoint. Now, if we get into story, right, again, spoiler-free story, let me tell you this. Now, Xenoblade 2 made me tear up. There's a moment at the end I tear up, but everything feels okay. I haven't cried, like full-on dead-ass cried in a game as much as I have in this game. There were 2 major instances where tears fell through my eyes, and I was not okay with that. All right, don't do that to me. That's fucked up. Please don't do that to me, video game. But yeah, I think story-wise, I love this one the most out of the series, and I think the reason why I love it the most is because it hits the most personal. And I don't just mean personal to me. I think it's very deep about, like, life in general, you know, about like valuing the time you have, you know, like who dictates what for us, you know, choosing our own path. Like, obviously, you know, choosing your own path has always been a thing in Xenoblade, like a thematic thing that's gone throughout the series. But there's something about the way this game handles life and the time you have and all this stuff that really hits home, like, really hard. I think they do a good job of, you know, of going through those themes, and the characters are so well written. It's so much different than 2, because here's the way I describe 2. 2, in terms of its characters, is way more anime. Now, obviously, you've seen all the memes and people making fun of characters and all this stuff, you know, whether it's the funny dance scenes or the titty scenes, you know what I mean, you know, the joke humor scenes that are very anime. You know, there's plenty of anime that I adore that have very serious scenes, but have also a lot of, you know, comedy themes and all that stuff. Like, think of any shonen, like think of Naruto, think of something like Demon Slayer, think of all those things where, like, yeah, of course they are very, you know, serious. There's very dark moments in those stories, but there's plenty of comedy. In this game, it felt like most of the characters, like, there wasn't there was no laugh out loud scene in this game. You know, there's funny, I would say there's a lot of heartfelt moments and there's some funny moments, but it's not the same. 2 feels more anime, 3 feels more, I don't even know how to say it, like more like just like a serious story, you know, about life and all this stuff. But yeah, I think that's a big factor for me in general of, you know, why I love the story in 3 so much. It just felt a lot more relatable. And yeah, and let's talk about obviously gameplay. You know, in Xenoblade, I love the gameplay stuff. Let me tell you, this by far has the best gameplay in the series. The fact that you can conveniently turn into these fucking mech versions of these characters called, or they call them Ouroboros, in any time during a fight, obviously it has a cooldown, is sick. I love that, bro. I love how they look. I love, one thing I really loved about the combat this time around is how much more engaging it is. You know, I love just being able to, you know, turn someone to a mech, use those mech attacks while they're attacking, swap to a different character, attack with this character, turn that character to a mech, start attacking with that one, go to another character, and swapping 2 characters in the middle of the fight was just very, very, very fun. And you know, and everything felt streamlined. You know, the special moves felt streamlined, all the gameplay, like I said, felt streamlined. There's no fields, like there are field skills in the game, but you get them through mandatory story stuff. Like you're not getting them through, you know, what's called, you have to level up this mastery book that you had no idea about and go through all that. It felt like you could just streamline things. The gameplay felt streamlined. It felt over the top. I do have to mention though, the chain attacks, right? Really clever how they handled them this time. So in this game, the way chain attacks work is like, you know, you go into this like in middle of the fight, you're building this meter, you go through, you burn through it, and then what happens, right, what ends up happening is you're choosing, you know, would you like to use an attacker, a healer, or, you know, the defender character, and each of them have different effects, so you want to strategize which you use first. Okay, like you can attack with the attacker first to get first blood and he gets more damage up, right? Or you end, it's called, an attack with the defense person so that another character that was stronger comes back. Or, you know, you can get the healer to end it at 99 so that you can do extra points. You know, you lock your points in to get more. There's a lot you can do with the chain attacks. I just felt like they were definitely better than 2s, and it felt like I was less just mashing buttons. I felt that this game, I was mashing buttons a little less. Xenoblade games have always been a balance of like you can sort of press whatever, but you need to strategize. I felt like this time around it was really good. And like I said, I think gameplay wise for side quests, I was way more engaged here. Like I thought the writing was better for side quests. I thought the hero quests were an amazing way. You could also change your character class, which is awesome. Like there's so many different ways you could play this game and keep extending your time. Like you could turn your healer into, you know, an attacker. You could turn your attacker into a healer. You could use, and there's just like, it's not just here's the basic healer. Like I'm talking about like different jobs. Like it'll be like, here's, you know, here's a healer that gives you buffs, you know, here's an attacker that has some defense maneuvers, here's a defense attacker that has more, you know, like a shield on them and a sword. Like there's a lot of cool swap ups with that and different characters and all that. So in that regard, they do it really well. I will say in 2, I thought the environments were better. For 3, I don't know what happened, but like it didn't feel like the area stood out much. It's definitely starting to feel like, oh, we're treading that same territory of like, okay, here's the deserty area, here's the snow area, but none of them really felt special. You know, in 2 you have like places like Uriah with the gorgeous trees and all that, and there's some spots like that in this game. There are some really nice looking spots, but for the most part it is places like this. You know, here's grassy area, here's destroyed ruins, here's a cave. It's stuff we've sort of seen before. The areas don't really stand out as much as they did in 2. Even the music, I will say, like, okay, here's my take, right? I think battle music wise, I think 3 is incredible. I think it's better. Like there's multiple there's like a regular battle theme, a theme for rare enemies, a theme for the boss enemies, a theme for, you know, the Mobius. There's a lot of different themes that go on there. Sorry if I'm just repeating this trailer. I don't want to just put different trailers and spoilers and stuff. But what I was trying to say is, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, I was saying, in music-wise, I think the fight music was better in this game, but environment music much weaker than 2. I thought 2 had like 2. You would go into a town and you would just chill there and listen to the song, and it just sounded so good, you know. I remember one of the villages in 2, I would just walk into it, chill, like da na 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 da da da. Anyways, I'm going off track, but yeah, I thought 2's music stood out more in environments and towns in this game, because you go to a bunch of colonies and stuff like that. They sort of just feel like they have just this generic, you know, ambient noise music in the background. But like I said, the big fights, music stands out, and when a vocal theme pops in, you'll feel that in the heart. But yeah, so I thought, you know, in that regard, 3 was a little weaker for environments, but amazing with music and gameplay specifically. What else is there? I mean, like I said, I think fan service wise, you know, and I don't mean, you know, sexual fan service, I mean, like, you know, for playing the series, you are definitely rewarding. I know a lot of people have asked me, like, hey, can I play this without playing 1 and 2? You can play this without playing 1 and 2. But it reminds me of Xenoblade 2. When I played Xenoblade 2, it was like, you can play 2 without playing 1. There's a part of the game where like it would be cool if you did play 1, but it doesn't really matter much. But I do feel like in 3, there is definitely like some want of you to have at least played 1 or 2, you know, 1 or the other would at least be nice, because you get a big something out of it if you do in the later chapters, you know. So that's really it for my spoiler free review. I think if you love Xenoblade, you'll love it. If you love JRPGs, I think you'll love this game. Like I said, it's very streamlined. There's no confusing elements. The game feels fun. It keeps you engaged, has cool combat, has cool environments, enemies, all that stuff. So very worth it. Now, all right, I am giving you your spoiler warning. This is your spoiler warning for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. All right, this is your spoiler warning. If you do not hear this, leave now. Okay, so I'm gonna go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Guys, look at my beloved Nia. Look at my beloved Nia. Look at her. Look how happy she is with the gang. But yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Guys, oh my god, I need to vent out my feelings, bro. I need to get that shit. Okay, all right. Listen, there's a lot to talk about here. But first, I need to talk about the ending. It did not hit me that the gang was gonna separate to their different worlds until I was literally at that moment where they're, what's it called, you know, fist bumping, and Lance and Senna are like saying like, you better not slack off on your training, and they do the propus, and you have Tyon and Uni having their back and forth, you know, of like, how much do you care about me and stuff, and then, oh my god, no, bro, Noah and Mio, bro. Oh no. Oh no, bro. Oh no. They kiss and they separate, bro. You want to know when I fucking cried at that end? When the fucking environment is separating and they're running towards each other, all of them. And I'm like, come on, man. Don't do that to me, bro. That was fucked up. Everything about that was fucked up. That was not okay, man. I'm so upset. I'm so upset. It's unfair, bro. It really is unfair. And it's just, bro, dude, okay, we gotta talk about a lot of things, right? Because, all right, in general, this game, right, in the marketing, right, we were sitting there wondering, like, it's like, there's Nia and there's Melia. What the fuck are they doing? And then you get to the Melia part, right, where you go to the it's the Kevin's castle, and you get there and you see she's a robot, and I was like, oh, so the marketing was just duping us. It's not actually Melia. Melia's not there, and you know, she's a robot. But then you get to the Nia part and you see she's a robot, but you're like, wait, something's off here. And then you find out, you know, real Nia is still there and sealed away. And when oh my god, when they find Nia, I was fanboying, bro, because she goes like, ow, 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 and she's just like so adorable, and she's trying to keep up this sort of, you know, like royalty style, but you know, she's struggling with it because she's Nia. But man, oh my god, dude, this game took so many turns, because you know how it is, right? If you've played it, chapter 1 through 3, right, I feel like they're more hype, right? Like that's when, you know, you're learning about these characters, they're having more fun, especially chapter 3. I felt stood out for Tyon a lot, because that's when you get the Tyon storyline, and you get that cool, bro, when they get the second form of Ouroboros, that shit was raw, where it's like they got the white designs and all that stuff. I thought that was sick. I love that idea. But man, this game from chapter 4 and onward, it's like a different game, man. Like story thematic wise, like you get to chapter 4, right, and you have that whole revelation that that the characters find out that, you know, they are being reborn over and over again in these pods, you know, and obviously they don't know everything yet, but yeah, they find out that, you know, they're just being reborn and all that stuff, and they're all confused, and it's a whole thing. And you see the tease of who N is. Now I figured N was Noah. It seemed like it just, you know, it looked like him, but man, you like it's in that moment where I realized, but I was not mentally ready for what they did in chapter 5, bro. I was not mentally ready. I was not okay with that. Let me tell you, bro, that whole hour because that is literally like an hour segment. The end of chapter 5 to beginning chapter 6 were like, dude, the vocal theme that plays with, bro, hold on, I need to play that right now. Hold up. I need to play that, bro. Hold up. Xenoblade 3, hold up, jail song. I need to play this, dude. Oh my god, guys. Dude, when this song is playing, when they're stuck in jail and they just have to like literally, they're basically waiting for what's called Mio to be killed. Oh my god, dude. Nothing got me mentally ready for that. That was not okay. Dude, bro, fucking Noah punching the fucking guy, his hands bleeding. They're all sitting there, they're talking, they're trying to find the joy in this world, and fucking Mio's just like, I want my Noah, but it's not actually Mio in that body, it's Mio from I can't, bro. I'm so upset. I'm just talking about this. I'm so fucking upset, man. Dude, fuck them for that entire 1 hour segment. That was so fucking depressing. It was so mean. And I didn't like it at all. I mean, I liked it obviously like in an intense way, but holy shit, dude. That entire segment where they're just literally like, they're powerless. The gang can't do anything. They're just stuck in the cell, and the enemies are taking like joy in it. You know, they're like, oh, we're gonna, she's gonna have her homecoming, you're all gonna see it. You get that psycho chick, I don't remember what the fuck her name is, and she's like a crazy person, but man, that entire scene was all fucked up. And then when you get to the moment where she dies, you're like sad, and you find out the whole thing where she actually swapped bodies with N. That was like, oh my god, like that is such a clever way to sort of keep the impact of a character dying but having Mio stay with us, because of course it's Mio, but it's in the soul of another. So I saw some people say like they wish they had committed, but again, it doesn't make sense in JRPGs to commit to something like that when you've had a party member an entire game with movesets and all this stuff. So I knew something would happen, you know, whether she would be locked for a chapter or they'd bring her back, but I thought that was really clever to sort of swap her in with N, and that was really smart. And man, the best, serious thing, I think in general in 2, god, this fucking song is fucked up, but I think in 3 the villains are weaker. The consoles are like, they're cool, and the consoles are threatening, but you don't really care about a lot of them. You know, you care about Yorin, you care about, you know, the ones, you know, like Chris that was taken over. Like you care about ones that were characters that had affinity for our main cast during the journey, but it's really hard to care about the ones here that are just like, I'm an evil bitch, you know. And Console Zed, who's like, you know, the big bad, you know, he's very just like, obviously his whole flow is, you know, the endless now, right? The endless now, this idea of like keeping the world in this endless rotation so that you could just relive the same things you did over and over, but it really is only beneficial to, you know, a certain group of people, because for the most part, man, you know, a lot of these people have sad lives, or these people have to legitimately kill each other in war. And I thought, again, that's how I was saying where the story stands out really, but the villains don't really, you know, the villains are sort of just, we're very evil. But the best villain in this game, and this is why I think he's also the best protagonist in Xenoblade, is Noah. I think, like, Noah starts off in the game and just kind of like, oh, like, you're much more stoic than Rex is. You know, you're a little more, you know, shelled, you're a little more, you know, fearful and stuff, but man, like, Noah is the best villain and hero in this game, because seeing him as a character, I like how I'm just standing here in this environment, but no, seeing him in this game as like a hero for your, you know, your cast, but seeing out in another lifetime he chose this path of darkness because he wanted to be with Mio, but not putting into consideration Mio's feelings and all that stuff. Like, I thought that was really clever, and seeing him mentally lose it when he finds out, you know, his Mio dies basically, and your Mio takes over her body, like, that mental breakdown is incredible. Even towards the end of the game, when you fight him again, he's mentally going through it, but then he goes, you know, within Noah as well. I just thought that was really well done thematically and story wise, to have sort of N be Noah in another lifetime and be the best villain, I think, in this game, and best hero, you know. So I thought that was really incredible, and I was really happy about that. Oh, we got time, but I mean, like, so now everything sort of clicked to me, where, like, I was wondering why, you know, Kevez looked like, you know, the Mechonis from Xenoblade 1, and why the Agnes, you know, character sort of had like a bit of a Xenoblade 2 aesthetic, and now obviously when you find out the revelation that, yeah, like, you know, after the events of 2, or finding out the different worlds, they were trying to, you know, I believe what they were trying to do is they were trying to fully separate them, so Melia and Nia got into contact basically, and we're trying to form a way, you know, to have the worlds coexist side by side. But what happened when they were about to do that and activate Origins, you had this dude, the Console Z, or whatever the hell his name is, you had him out there stop that in the middle of it, stop the flow of time, and put them in this stasis essentially. But I just thought, like, now it just clicked so much more why, like, Kevis is really themed after Xenoblade 1 and Agnes is themed after Xenoblade 2. And that's what I mean when I tell people, like, you should play the other two, because you definitely get a kick out of that, knowing how the characters are, environments and stuff like that a little more conveniently. But yeah, I thought that was super dope. Uni in general was also like a fantastic character. Land and Seta, amazing combination. And I thought also I get the romance element, because Xenoblade has obviously done romance before. I haven't played X, but I know of the characters, but I know, like, obviously the biggest heavy romance in the series has always been Shulk and Fiora, but I feel like Mio and Noah's love was very well displayed here, and very well done tastefully, you know. Obviously, because, like, in Xenoblade 2, right, it's like, okay, like, yeah, I mean, it's implied sort of that Rex obviously loves my Mithra and Pyre. I mean, it's not really implied, he pretty much says it a bunch in the game, but they're also, like, teens in the game, so, like, well, I mean, Mithra's a million years old, but Rex is a teenager, so he doesn't really know all his feelings and stuff, so it's more people assume that one day they'd be together. Well, I didn't even talk about it yet! Oh! I didn't even talk about it yet. How did I not mention this first? Holy fuck, guys! Oh my, where is it? Oh! How? Bro! How? Yep! Oh! How? Look at this! This is a real image in the fucking game! Okay. Oh, dude. Okay, man, I wish I recorded my reaction, bro. Because this scene is fucked up. Because it's the end of the game. You're already emotional about what's happening. You hear this vocal theme. You see Poppy come out of a machine. And you're like, oh shit, Poppy! Oh, this is awesome. But then you see this fucking picture. And the game points at this picture for like 2 seconds. Guys, what the fuck? Rex. Oh my god, dude. He fucking got her, bro. He got her. Dude, he begged all 3 of them. He separately begged Mithra. He separately begged Pyra. And he separately begged Nia. He really meant that. He said, I love you and all you guys. He meant that shit. He fucking meant it. Holy dude. Guys. Bro, guys. Look at these kids. They're like the same age. This dude boned each of these girls in like a weekend. This dude had a weekend. Fuck. He was like, all right, guys. He could have done them at the same time. He could have done them one after the other. I don't even know. Oh my god. I can never make fun of Rex ever again. He is a fucking giga Chad. Like a Chad amongst Chads. He won life. He really won life. There's nothing. Dude. And Nia, bro, Mio is Nia's daughter. I mean, it's not explicitly told, but it's implied. But I couldn't believe this. When I saw this image, I was in fucking parallel shock. I looked at it. I still can't believe this. What is it? Why did they do this? This is a crazy image. I was just as me right here. You see this? This showed up. This should be me, man. I'm so... Holy shit, that got me fucked up. I'm so upset, man. Everything about... Bro, this was not cool, bro. This was not cool, man. Everything about this, just so wrong, man. So wrong in the best way possible, bro. Man, I really love this game. I loved Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I thought, like I said, I adored it on a story base, gameplay wise. I thought it was really cool that, yeah, like now, obviously you get the teaser for what could be the DLC where, you know, Melia shows the Monado. It's funny, actually, what's called Noah tosses away his blade. So I don't know what's going to go on with that, because I assume the DLC is going to, you know, talk. I don't know what the DLC is going to be about, because we know it has all 3 of their swords. But I feel like it's going to be them, like, you know, being able to connect and see the other characters. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm very excited. I'm sure it's going to be insane. I think this time around, whatever the big expansion is going to be crazy. But yeah, I don't know, man. I thought game was incredible. I loved the reveals. I loved the sad parts. I loved the highs and lows and all that stuff. So incredible game overall. So guys, let me know what you thought about Xenoblade Chronicles. See if you were, you know, if you loved it, if you had some issues, let me know what's popping. Let me know what you thought. And of course, I'll see you all next time. Peace out.